So hello everybody, welcome back to Rusty Relic Garage. It's been a few months since I've done a video. I thought winter time was busy and summertime now has just gotten crazy. But I think I said when we did this project with the red truck, we bought this old broken Ford and we put the plow off of that onto mine. And it worked great this winter. It was fabulous. Maybe twice I used it all winter. It's been a very mild winter up here in northern Indiana this year, so didn't get to use it a lot, but when I did use it, it worked great. So, and this one was my neighbor's, and the fall before last winter, or this winter, he was mowing and he went to pull away and this one just croaked. And I assume it's going to be either a timing chain or a lifter puked and dropped a valve. But I said in the video when we did the snowplow switch, if you can go back and watch that video too. I think I did a walk around on that one too then. But we're going to tear that thing apart and see what happened to the motor, just to be curious to see what happened. And I think it'll be a fun video, and then we'll probably take it down to the barn and park it out back behind the barn and use it for a parts truck, because I think I'm going to use the fender off of that one on this one because it's all rusted out down there, and some other parts on it, driver's mirror I need, and some other things. We'll do it. I'll go up and we'll walk around and look at the motor and then see if we can get it in the barn. So all right, let's see if we can get old brown truck Sally here moved and get this out of the way, and then I gotta do some moving and get the golf cart, get my kids' go-kart out of there, get the lift down, and then take the jack and go out and get it off the blocks out there. But let's get old brown truck Sally moved here. And there's brown truck Sally. That's my seat cover. Yeah, it hasn't been started for a while, but and of course, dead battery. Really? Okay, I gotta get my jump pack. So this is what takes so much time around my joint, and they don't make batteries. I don't know what it is with batteries. I know this isn't the newest battery, but in fact it came out of a old garden tractor, but don't make batteries. I replace batteries around here all the time, and anymore I just buy cheap junkers. All right, let's see if it'll start. All right, let me get this thing parked and get it out of the way. I want to let it sit here and run a little bit. All right, go in and get the jack, and we're gonna jack this up and get it down on the tires at least tonight. And that's already after 7 o'clock, but I think I'd like to get this down off the blocks and get it on the wheels, and maybe tomorrow my son can help me back this thing into the shop. And of course, before we do that, we gotta get rid of some stuff in there tomorrow. So I'm losing room. Summertime bicycles and electric bikes and golf carts and go-karts and my shop ain't near big enough. So let me get the jack out there and we'll get that down. All right, let's see if we can get this thing jacked up. Can't remember how I did it. No. Maybe we can stick this underneath the tire. Yeah, good. That'll work. I don't really would have needed that other block, but too much. You have to go up that high. No, I guess I am off. This board is just, I was watching the board. Well, all right. Well, let me, I'm going to go around the back, get that down, and then we'll go from there. All right. I think this will work. Yep. Okay, deal. Got hopefully a new calf coming this weekend, so I can start raising that for our beef. It'll be about 2 years. That's what our last one was. It was a Holstein, and we raised it for 2 years and butchered it, so we should have meat for quite a while. I want to get a small. This time I'm gonna go with a Hereford. I think they flesh out a little more. They make more meat per, you know, what you spend for butchering. So that's going to be coming, and we're going to be getting a pig to raise for our sausage. So that's going to be coming. We just got our Isa Browns for our eggs, and they're chicks. They're just a couple days old. Got those down in the basement in the house, and on September we'll get our meat chickens. Get 50 meat chickens and raise those to eat. So yeah, that's what keeps us busy. Fixing cars and do all your own mechanic stuff and doing videos for the channel, and yeah, it gets, things go by fast. I want to do more in the shop this winter, but it's just, yeah, time gets away. So okay, well, this is ready to go. Let's see what we got under here, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's a 5.4 3-valve, and I actually took the battery out of it because mine croaked, and took the battery out of this one, so that helped pay for some of it. But let's go up to the other barn, grab the old skiddy, and see if I can get this thing put in the shop by myself. All right, let's cold start this thing. Of course, it's not cold out, but it hasn't been run for a while. Last time I did run it, I think I got a head gasket. Hopefully it's a head gasket, not a little cylinder head. So you can hear it once I start it. But let's see how well it starts here. Come on. Maybe not so much choke. Okay. Yeah, did you hear that whistle? That's head gasket. Or head. Could be a cracked head again. Alright, I'm gonna wheel this thing out. Gotta grab some chain and the bucket over there and get back to the shop. Wow, that was loud. That should be good enough. All right, got my wife coming out here. We're gonna pull it out and then push it in. It's out of gear. It's out of gear. Alrighty, it is in. I think my wife thought she was gonna pass out. It is pretty hot in there, and the windows won't go down, so she was ready to get out of this thing. All right, so make sure this thing's in park. Yeah. All right. Well, it is late enough tonight, so tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so we're not gonna go fishing. So tomorrow we'll get in and start tearing this stuff apart and see how far we can get tomorrow. I think it's gonna be, if it's raining out, I'll have a pretty quiet day back here in the shop. So hopefully we can get this thing tore apart, and I'm just gonna tear the stuff apart, put the stuff in the cab or in the bed, and you know what, maybe tonight I'll start draining the radiator. That sounds like too much of a plan. Let me get a bucket and we're gonna see if, I'm not quite sure where the drain is on here. Oh, if it's, well, that's been fixed, or if that's the aftermarket or another one, not sure. Well, I was thinking you maybe get the drain under here, but oh, there it is, right there. Of course, it's probably gonna drain all over everything. Yeah, let me get my big bucket and put under here, and then we can see if we can open that. All right, got my big pan underneath here. Let's see if I can get that. Oh yeah, that with my fingers. Yeah, that's unusual. Now we'll see how bad it runs over everything. Check first. All right, well, I guess I got antifreeze all over me. Where's that? How is that coming out of that hole? I figured it'd just come out Oh, it's got a spout off the side. Well, I guess that makes it relatively easy. Now, oh, we got in there? Nah, surely not. Maybe it's just vapor locked. Let me take the cap off. Well, that's not a good sign if it's that empty. Of course, it's got a... Yeah, it was just... great. Of course, you can't hit everything. I gotta shut that off. Had it open too far. Come on. And of course, everything's got to be a mess. All right, we'll let that drain. And at least the system's tight, huh? Yeah. Good. That'll help a little bit. Okay, well, I guess it's getting late enough. I got feed to put away in the truck out there, and I bring you along quick and just show you what all we do in the summer. Of course, these guys are getting ready to move. We got our little chicks now, and they're outgrowing the brooder house here. And we got 2 turkeys, black and white one, which we've never had one, and then just a regular turkey that we'll butcher this fall. But got 12 layers. 6 of them will give me my father-in-law. We'll see if he still needs them. But so that's been every day. And yeah, I'll just bring it along, just give you a quick glimpse. All right, well, there's the guineas. We give them a couple tidbits of pig food, and this is my old boar that we used to breed with, and we don't breed anymore, but he's more or less just a showpiece, aren't you, buddy? Huh? Aren't you? Huh? Yeah, he's pretty much just a showpiece anymore. So one of these days I'll have to get rid of him. And then our goats, and of course our ducks. There's a wire there, buddy. Our goats, hopefully that one's pregnant. That's just a little buck, or a little wether. That's our big old buck. All right, we might as well take the bobcat back. And then probably next video is how to replace a head gasket on a bobcat. On an old 600, which is, I've done it about 3 times. I don't know, the last one, the head was cracked. And I had to find a new one. Well, there's our new mama goat. Well, not new, but she only had one, a little buck, which I gotta get him fixed. And then big mama here, she's the barrel. I mean, yeah. She's probably gonna, I think she had triplets last time, and I think she's probably gonna have triplets again. Okay, so we got a new calf, little Hereford. And I give him a little bit of grain every night, just a handful. She's pretty shy yet, and she's not quite sure. Yeah, she wants to butt my hand, but if I give her grain, I can pet her. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to pet her and have her somewhat friendly instead of being so mean. I don't want her to get mean, but yeah, anyway, this will give you a quick glimpse of what else we do around here other than cars. And sometimes that's why it takes so long to get a video in. So, well, I guess I'll see you in the morning, and we'll get back on the truck in the morning. All right, got all the chores done, somewhat. Come back here, and it's like, well, I think we missed a bucket. There's a big old puddle under there. I don't know how that happened. That's what you get when you leave. But yeah, it'll be all dripped out, most of it, by morning. Oh, and the other thing is, it's fishing time. That's the other thing. That takes my time too, is fishing. So, alrighty, I'll quit making excuses, and we'll get on this truck in the morning. Okay, well, it's not the next morning. It's like a week later, and finally getting back to this thing. A lot of the water or the antifreeze is dried up, but there's still some under there. So I got some tools around, got kind of things ready here, so we're not boring with a bunch of getting tools around and stuff. But I think the first thing we're going to do is crawl underneath it. I can't lift it up, not unless I take some time, and of course my shop's so small. But yeah, I think that's going to be a problem. And this Monte Carlo's up on jack stands, so I'm just going to crawl underneath. A lot of our stuff we're going to do is up top, so we'll crawl underneath and just take I got a ratchet here. I don't know, he said it was locked up. I didn't try to turn it yet, but let's crawl underneath and see if we can turn it with a wrench, just to see how bad it is. I mean, how bad if it's locked up really bad, or... So let me get a light here, and I got one on my head too, and it's up in there. Let's see if I can. Yeah, everything's. I should come in from the front, but I don't know if you can see that or not. But well, it turned. I wish I could turn it. Let's see if we can go a full revolution. I can't go but that much. But it's not I mean, it's not like something's down locked against the piston. All right, well, you know what? We're gonna take it apart anyway. At least it turns. At least we know that. Shut this light off. At least we know it turns. And I didn't hear any rattle or anything, but you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let me put you in the stand. And I think I'm gonna take the hood off because I got a light. Yeah, light above there help a lot with lighting if I get the hood off. So let me get stuff around and we'll yank this hood off. Well, so anyway, saying is I don't want to destroy a lot of this stuff because I'd like to keep it for parts for my other one. So what we can save, we'll save, and what we can't, we can't. But most of it we should be able to save. All right, let me get the. It'd be nice to have some help out here to get this hood off, but yeah, I got nobody. I don't know if I may have to get my wife out here to help hold. This is aluminum, so I was gonna put my light that's on the door, stick it to here, and shine it down. Then I want to take it off, but it's all aluminum. It's all aluminum hood, which I guess is good. Hey. Don't do that. Guess I better get a stick. I guess that's how I'm gonna have to do it. See if I can put this bolt back in. Let me get a stick. Stick underneath the front to help hold it. All right, let's try that. Get just a stick up there. Hopefully that'll work. Maybe I'll leave the back one in until we're completely ready to go. Take the front ones out. There's that side. Now I'll see if we can just take this out, let it slide down. Okay. Oh. Alright. Let's see if I can get this off by myself. All right. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. All right, now we got some light. Cool. Let's just take a peek in there. Put that back on. Everything's drained out of it. Good. I think that's gonna be decent lighting. And I guess the first thing is I'm gonna get some of this peripheral stuff off, the air box, well, the air intake and the cover, and get the radiator hose off, and maybe just get the radiator out of our way, and then get the fan off, and then maybe we can turn that better up here and see what we got better than what we had underneath. But all right, let me get you set up and we'll start getting some of this stuff off. let's mark this pulley. Just so we have a reference here. And see if we can go around maybe a complete revolution. Okay. It should take, I think that's just compression there. I really don't hear. I hear it's the back, something clicking back there, and it could be a valve. I don't know what that is. I don't really want to hit it with the starter until we get the, but there's 2 rounds, so I don't know what would have locked it up, but we're gonna find out. I think we're just gonna, I'm not gonna try to, maybe we just, let's get the top off, get everything off the top, and then look and see what we got. That's all I can say. Well, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning. Man, right, gonna be in the shop today when it's so nice out, but oh well, this needs to be done anyway. So now last night I had to quit, get some other things done, and I think this morning I'm gonna work on getting all the peripherals off the top of this thing so we can get down to the valve cover. So I'm just gonna set you in the stand, and I'm gonna get at it this morning. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the radiator out. I unhooked the bottom radiator hose and the hose off the bottom of the overflow tank, and unhooked the transmission lines, which the transmission oil down there don't look bad. There's some red to it, so that's a good sign. But I'm gonna yank this thing out of here now and get this thing out of our way. All right, well, it looks like a pretty decent radiator. Okay. There's that. Okay. I think that's it. Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like not enough bolts, but it does only have to bolt down through here. I don't see any on the inside. Well, let's just give it a tap once and see what happens. That sounds loose. This one don't, but there's nothing else. This is that part? Oh, I gotta take, is that gotta come out? I think it does. I thought that was just in the part of the manifold, but it goes down to a base off the other part. All right, well, what I do is on the air ratchet, yeah. Of course, this one's gonna be the hard one. All right. Yeah, I just take that out by hand. Don't need that screaming demon in your ear. There, yeah, bolts clear down through, yeah. Okay. Now let's see what it sounds like over here. Yeah, she's a loose. And she's a loose, thank goodness. All right. Maybe. Come on. Connection back here. Of course, fuel rail's all caught up in it. All right. Yeah. That's the problem with these. I'll show you what I found down there. Let me get this thing out of our way. Oh, I gotta climb out of here again. Jeez, oh, Pete, Ma. Get this thing out of here. Ah. All right. Woo. Yeah, I don't know when this thing sat long enough to do that. I don't think it was here, but look at that mouse nest down in there. That is just crazy. I hope they weren't in here when I pulled it in. Look at that. Stupid. That's just so stupid. Leave a gap. Leave it. Just an open space like that you can't get to clean, and I'm surprised there's not oil down in there. But yeah, leave gaps like, you know, look at that. I mean, that would have got a little gas maybe, and a little oil, get hot, start on fire. That's just stupid. All right, well, I gave us, that opened her up. 14,000 connections later. All right. What does it look like down in the hole? Let me see if I can get my headlamp off down in there. Oh, there's a valve. Let's see. Let me crawl back up in there. See if we can see all the intake valves. At least the ones we can see. Let me get my other flashlight here. Alright, well, that one's there. That one's there. That one's there. I'm not gonna be able to. I won't be able to see the back one. Maybe you can. Yep, there. That's there. Yeah. That one's there. That one's there. That one's there. Well, it didn't lose an intake valve. It actually looks pretty good down in there, actually. All right. Well, and my guess is going to be a timing chain, but All right, let me get reset here, and well, I wish we could get this fuel rail out of our way, but I can't do it without that stupid, well, the clips or tool to get those lines off. But we can keep going. Let's see if we can get these valve covers off. I'm real curious to see what the timing chain here and here it look like, the top sprocket and stuff. We can tell what's going on. The whole, you can take the whole front of this apart then and get the valve covers off and maybe take the whole front timing chain off. That'll tell us a lot there. All right, let me get reset and I'll bring it back. Well, I took a sweeper and sweeped all the garbage out of there and up around here so it wouldn't fall down into the intake valves or the cooling system, which I don't know if it's really going to matter, but I really want to blow out these spark plug holes before I take the spark plugs out. I like to soak them with some stuff too, but now I don't know how to cover all my holes up and not blow crap into the motor. Anyway, I was looking at that, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me, these stinking valve covers, these are the hold down. This is the bolt for it. Really? I mean, that one's broke off because it's rusted. That next one's rusted to be that. I mean, what do you think is going to happen when you put a piece of plastic over this in the northern winter of Indiana with salt? It's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to rust off. I'd like to meet the Ford engineers that thought that was a great idea to use the valve cover bolts as brackets to stick on, you know, these plastic holders. Yeah, no, maybe I shouldn't meet them. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a whiner and a crybaby, but that's ridiculous. I mean, I hope these come out of there, especially that one. I hope there's enough bolt left on it to get it out of there. Anyway, just thought I'd share that little rant with you. I'm sure I am not the only one, and thank goodness I'm not a full-time mechanic, because I couldn't be one nowadays. There is no way I could be a full-time mechanic in nowadays cars. I think if I ever got to do anything to my truck, that red one, which I'm going to have to because the exhaust manifold bolts are rusting off of it, and I think I'm just going to pull the engine. I ain't even going to mess with it. I'm just going to pull the engine and do it outside the truck. Change everything. Well, I just plugged everything with some brown towel that I had. Plugged stuff that would get down in there. There's that hole there, but I ain't going to worry about that. We're taking the valve cover off anyway, so. But I do. Great. Now no. I thought maybe my hose fell to the floor. Blow these out, and then I'm going to squirt some PB blaster down the plugs. Wow, that was full of crap. Squirt some down each hole. Oop, get in the hole. Alright. Alright, well, she's all lubed up. Let me get, what do we want to start on? I guess the valve covers, and these things are going to be, I don't even know what you're going to do with that one. Jeez, oh Pete, I don't even think my strip nut will take that out. Well, so what do you do? Like that one there. Ah, idiots. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. All right, let's see if we can get some of these off. I got one loose. That one came off. Oh, that one came. There's nothing there for that one. Nothing left. And there ain't gonna be nothing left on this one either. Most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I gotta blow that out again. So much crap on the stud. Vice grip one? I guess we'll find out here. Well, not. I'll tell you what, agony to get in and out of this thing. All right, let's see if we can. My extractor is going to go small enough. That's the smallest extractor I got. And I don't know if it's going to fit. Yeah, there just is nothing. Nothing. Yeah, nothing. I'm going to be able to get on it to turn it. All right, last ditch effort. I'm going to try pounding, see if we got a different. Man, that's too. I got to go really small. Pounding one of these standard sockets on there. I don't know. I mean, let's try by little. Oh, come on. Come on. Where's my hammer? Look at there, baby. All right. Now let's get 3 more. Whew. Yeah, it's coming out whether it likes it or not. Oh, huh. What the? What kind of, anyway. I'll quit complaining. I don't know. Never seen one of those before. So you gotta, they do buy the whole thing when it rusts out, Ford? Must have. All right, now I gotta get that thing out of there. That went on there, not bad. Where's my little ratchet now? Right down there. Put that on there. Hammer it as we go, like the other one. I think I got one in the back here too, but that should come because that's a regular bolt. All right, let's get this last bolt out. I think I got them all loose here, all the way back. Of course not. And then that's gonna probably be the rusted one that won't come loose. What do you think? I'll guarantee it. Crap. That thought I had them all. This one's gonna be the one that doesn't come out. And then how do you do it? Oh, maybe I did get that one loose. Yeah, I must have. Whew. Okay, this is the last bolt. Yeah. Okay, well, I got one right there yet. Okay, let me beat on it. All right, well, got lucky. The last bolt didn't stick on us, believe it or not. Usually it's always the last one. Well, at least if it was up front here, at least we could have dealt with it if we had to. Okay, I think. Of course, drop it again in the water this time. I don't even want to tell you how many times I've dropped stuff down below the truck I had to get out and get. More than I can count. Are we loose yet? I think we're loose. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, I gotta straighten up, man. My back is killing me. Whew. All right, see if I can do this one-handed. We'll see what we got together. Get the gasket to let go. What do we got? Well, I don't see anything except the gasket's stuck. All right, put that back there. All right, what do we got? Well, that all looks good, actually. Okay, well, that looks, I don't know, it doesn't look that bad. I don't see anything. Of course, the noise wasn't coming from this side. That roller right there is there. That roller, that roller, that roller. They're all the rollers are there. The timing chain is tight on this side. So I'm going to be real curious. It looks like it's got plenty of wear left on those pads. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. Let me get the other side off. Okay, got the last couple bolts here. Let's take these out. This one wasn't too bad, but the valve cover leaked. It kept everything oiled up. So do we want to pull this thing this way? I don't want to pull this out of here. Now let's see. I can't do it. I think where. Come on, give me quick. Hold it. Unbelievable. Okay, well, that timing chain's loose. There is no material left on the tensioner down there, but I don't see anything wrong with the rollers right here. That one's there, that one's there, and that one's there, and they're all They're all there across the back. So that, I mean, that's a good sign that it didn't drop a valve down into the engine. But what locked it up? I mean, when I turned it, it turned. We turned it a full revolution, and you know, this side's the same way. It all the rollers there, unless I'm missing something, but all the rollers are on this one too. And the cams don't look that bad. I mean, as far as wear, I mean, none of them are really galled up. That one may be a little weird, that one right there, but yeah, I don't know, unless you see something I don't. But let's get the let's try to get the spark plugs out of those. Jeez, oh Pete, let's try to get the spark plugs out, and then we're gonna put something on this engine and turn it over so we can watch the valves work back and forth, or so we can see the valves work and see if there's a problem that we can't see right now. Or yeah, and when we were doing it before, I heard a ticking sound back here, but everything back there looks to be in order. But I was hoping to find some catastrophic damage. Have yet to find it. That's gonna make me mad. That's what I was hoping to find, actually, is pieces and parts. So all right, let's work on getting the plugs out of these holes. All right, got you set up there. Let's oh, these can be fun, I guess. Oh, that one's loose. I squirted these with earlier. I squirted these with PB Blaster. That one was incredibly loose, and I don't have a rubber down in there. I wonder if I can get it with a magnet. Yeah, that plug looks good. All right, let's try the next one. Let's get all this side out here, and then I'll yeah. Yeah, that one I can feel is a little, don't want to ruin the head if I don't have to. Yeah, it's coming out. Yeah, that's crazy. I guess that's one of the things with these is the spark plug sees in those holes, you know, and they're so far down there that you can't get anything down there to fix them. So you got to tear the whole motor apart just to get a spark plug out of the head, which is another wonderful engineering feat by Ford. I mean, why would you do that? But why is irrelevant when it comes to this motor. Come on, thought I had that one loose. Yeah, that plug looks great. That plug looks great. Well, I hope I find something. That plug looks great. Well, them four look good. All right, let's go to the other side here. Yep, I honestly can't believe it. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. It's a little on the white side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. All in all, they look pretty good. Okay, well, let me get some tools around, and we're gonna try to spin this thing over. Okay, this thing will twist your arm out. Well, it's pumping transmission oil. Let's I'll put you up there. You can watch the timing chain. Man, that little drill is powerful, let me tell you. Now that side, I mean, I don't know what's going on now. I'm about half tempted to put the battery in it and crank it over and see if it was just maybe a bad starter. Let's try this side once so I can look at it. I mean, oh, it ain't locked up, that's for sure. Oh man, now what? Well, the timing chain is definitely wore out on this side. I mean, it's got a lot of slop. This side don't. This side's pretty good. Well, I guess we take the front cover off. And I guess we're gonna treat it maybe like we're gonna rebuild it. Get the front cover off. I'll do some checking online and see what some of this stuff costs. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it worth it? Is the truck worth it? I don't know. Depends on how much the stuff is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know now. I need parts though. Is it worth more to the truck or parts? Jeez. So I don't know. Maybe there was a loose battery connection that maybe it died or jumped. You know, if it jumped timing, you'd think it would have hit a valve, but maybe it was just it died. But he tried to turn it over. He said he tried to, and I didn't do it until I got it in here. And I guess I should have. I didn't want to crank it over with a battery in case it was, you know, it had dropped a valve down in the engine. But maybe it was just a bad connection or maybe a bad starter. But, you know, he cut the belt and still couldn't turn it. But I don't know. I think I'm going to clean up some of this stuff. I got tools spread out everywhere. I'm going to clean some of this up and then we'll get a fresh start. Okay, well, I got some of these tools cleaned up back where I can find them instead of just lumped everywhere. And got things cleaned out. They're in the battery box. I'm going to stick the battery back in it before we tear this front cover off. And I'm going to have my wife come out, and the spark plugs are still out of it. And I'm going to have my wife come out here and crank on it while I watch it. After I clean the tools up and stuff, I had put this thing in time. I don't know if you can see there's a timing mark right there. And that should be 11 o'clock. This one should be 12 o'clock. And it is on top dead center number 1. So it hasn't jumped timing. I mean, the timing marks are right on. And it's top dead center. And this one is 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So, and I'd imagine the keyway down there is at 12 o'clock. That's what everything says online. I looked online, Rock Auto, I can get timing chain kit, intake gaskets, valve cover gaskets. What else did I think I needed? The new O-rings, or I'm not even going to change those in there, those little O-rings in there. But I did get a new set of O-rings for the injectors because they were cheap. So timing chain kit, valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, and the parts I need right now just to put it back together is like 134 bucks. So I think unless something catastrophic goes wrong here when we crank it over with the battery, I'm going to go ahead and order the parts and see if it actually runs. But let me get a battery put in here, and then I'm going to get my wife to sit in there and crank it while I can watch it and see what it's doing. So let me get that done, and then I'll bring it back. All right, there's a battery actually out of my old Ford tractor that I brought down here to charge because we don't use it that much, and I just try to keep it charged up. See if I can find a spot for this crap. Well, we'll lay it there for now because we're going to need that. We're going to need that. So, well, it's the same style of battery. I'm just going to hook that up there. Oh, yeah, I got to put that back on. Why did I take that off? Because it was right here. So, and that broke. I don't know if you can see that. When I took that off, that plastic broke. That's a cheesy way of doing it. I got to get that back on. So we'll have power. Oh, yeah, good enough. Good enough to get it going. Now, I don't know if that'll... I don't know how much we can get. Not much. That's out of there. Oh, so many wires. All right. Well, let's see if we got, should be good to crank it over. So I'm gonna grab my wife and all right, before she gets out here, I gotta take out I don't want the fuel pump pumping. I think if there's anything like mine. Let me get a flashlight in there. Oh yeah, these are different. Great. Which one's the fuel pump? Let me hook the battery up. Okay, just turn the key on. Okay, just crank it over short. I don't think the fuel pump's gonna run. Nada? Huh. Interesting. Oh, hold on. Shut it off. All right, after probably about a half hour or so here goofing around this thing, trying to get it to crank over. I can't get it to crank, but, you know, right here, we should be able to go to that. Hook on this solenoid. It activates the starter and bypass the key, at least, to crank it. So when I did that, I can hear this clicking. So it's working. And I got power. And so I thought, well, let's go down underneath and see if we can go right off the starter, and I'll kind of show you what I found. I don't think it's... Yeah, see if we can look at it here underneath the truck, but you might be able to see it better than me. But that starter is shot. Yeah, right there. Look at that starter. I mean, I think the wire going into the starter is actually, well, it's not burn off, but it's pretty close. And I hooked my wire right strictly on this, and that solenoid, I can just hear it. It doesn't even click. It just kind of hums. So I don't think, My first guess, I'm gonna get the starter out of here, but it ain't gonna happen today. I think, let me get under out of here, and then I'll tell you. Okay, I'm under out. I think maybe what happened, this is just a guess. I'm gonna unhook the battery here because it ain't gonna do nothing till we get that starter changed. Yeah, I went directly from the hot to the, and tried to jump it across the starter, and it wouldn't do a thing. What might have happened is it could have just stalled, or I'm gonna have to ask my neighbor and see if it was actually running when it quit, or if he shut it off and then tried to restart it and it wouldn't go. But if it just died and then he went to restart it and that starter is in such bad shape, I wonder if that starter could have engaged and stuck. Engaged. And then when he tried to turn it over from the crank, that starter was engaged and wouldn't let it move. You would have think the starter would have released after he tried to move it a couple times, but I'm going to try to get that starter out. You know, when I turn it here, and when I first started turning it, I heard a funny clunky noise back in the back, and I don't know if that was on camera or not. But as I got turning it, I didn't hear it anymore after we got the valve covers off and all that. And I'm wondering if that starter had stuck in, and he tried to turn it with the starter stuck in. Starter went bad, and it just clicked. Come up here, tried to turn the flywheel or the vibration dampener nut, and he couldn't get it because the starter was locked up. And that might be what happened. I guess I'm going to pull that starter off. I'm going to get another starter and put on this truck and see if that's the case. I know the timing chain's bad, so we haven't done really anything that we didn't have to except for the stupid intake. But I needed that off, just to get in there and get the valve covers and stuff. So, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but spend $134, I think, for the parts to finish the engine here, new timing chain, gaskets, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure how much the starter is going to be. So for right now, until I get the parts and the starter and stuff, we're going to call this one a big question mark of what really happened to this engine. I'm not going to take the front cover off yet until I get a starter and see if I can roll this engine over, because if for some reason something happens and it's no good, I don't want to spend the time, taking the front cover off and stuff, and the timing chain. I'm not sure if that'll fit my Ford, my 4.6. I think the timing chains are different because I think the cam sprockets are a different size on the 5.4 compared to the 4.6. So, but if I have to, I can return it. So I think for right now, I'm going to end this video once I get the starter, and I may film that, and then if everything's good, I'll put it on the next edition of the, I don't know what you call this, a mess, the Ford mess, and we'll go from there. But for this video, I don't know if you call this a win or a loss or a draw. I'd say it's a draw for right now until we get the starter and the parts, and then put this thing back together and see if it actually runs. And then I lose a parts truck because my son will probably use this to haul stuff and pull his camper and whatnot. I mean, it's good enough for that, for no more than he'll use it until they get another truck, which they'd like to. But for the time being, he could use this one to haul his camper, and if it pukes, it pukes, I mean, if something happens, the transmission fluid looked clean. So okay, well, that's part one of the Ford saga. So I'll bring you back when I got more on it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully it won't be 3 months till I get it up on the channel again. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being patient, because it is so busy around here, and I don't get much time to do this kind of stuff that I really love to do. So I got a year and a half to retirement, and then maybe I can do this full time. So, alrighty, that's it. Thank you. Bye.